welcome back to another video. But I'm going to talk about some Destiny here. What else do I talk about? It's kind of a review and kind of like, I guess, my opinions and all about it. For you who have watched all of my previous Destiny 2 videos, you probably know, where I'm standing on this game. But it's just, I guess I haven't given like my whole thoughts about it. And I'm gonna try to get it out here in this one. So I guess we can start off with this is just, I mean, everyone is like, hey, this is just optional and yada yada. I just kind of want to get it out. I just kind of want to say it. It's not like a negative thing I have, or negative view I have against Bungie here, or Destiny I guess I could say. And that is the microtransaction store. I mean, everyone can agree that it's egregious and all of that, but the thing is, people are still paying for this, and I'm wondering why. Why are you doing this? If okay, if I say like this, if you imagine if no one paid for this, what do you accept? What do you think is going to happen? They are gonna do what? First of all, they're going to try to like push it a little bit. They're gonna put it on sales, trying to really like, hey, maybe if we lower the price, or at least we put it on sale for now, maybe they will rake in some player, and then we can put it back to normal. Sure, but if no one pays there, they might kind of push a little bit, but if no one pays at all, they might just remove it. Did that right? That makes sense. Because why would they work on things like this and it never being used? So that, and not just in this game. I mean, in literally every game now. Every game has to have a fucking microtransaction store for no real reason. It's like, hey, let's just put it there. Why? Let's think about it. Before microtransaction was a thing, what did you still have skins and all? Of course you did. You still have skins. You unlock them by doing certain challenges, or you getting them from, I guess, certain item other things. Imagine if no one pays for this. Maybe all of this would be like unlockable things you can get. Like maybe you can get it from these engrams. I mean, sure, you can still kinda do, but like maybe higher chance since more things are getting added to the loot pool. Or B, they might turn it into a bright dust, currency based. And here's a thing I kind of came up with just before recording this, and it's quite genius in a way. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to inflate my yeah, I'm not trying to brag, but so you know how you have weekly bounties for, well, Zavala and Dredgen over there, or whatever his name is, for Gambit, to get the Bright Dust. What they could do instead is having a weekly challenge type of thing, where you maybe go into like a dungeon, or, well, I guess a dungeon, and you kill enemies, a lot of enemies, and it kind of gets progressively harder. And it could be like dungeon based, where you go for like 5 rounds, then it's a kind of like a checkpoint, and you can leave there. And if you leave there, you get like the minimum amount of bright dust. If you continue, and more you continue, the more you will get. And all of these items could be changed into bright dust currency, and people will buy with bright dust instead. And this would kind of bring more people to this store. Sure, you won't make like real life money, because it's not silver, this thing that everyone freaking hates, but you will still have a play base. They will give this more of a positive review, or, well, not review but a view. They're going to like it more, and a lot of people are actually gonna do those challenges. So I don't really see why not. I mean, you spend, I guess, sometimes with all of these, and not all of these is going to be used. Like, not everyone's going to use it, but if you do turn them into bright dust, everyone is going to use it, and your work is going to be put to use, I guess. So, I mean, as we can see here, these are all the bright dusts. We can go down here. For some reason you have two sections of different bright dust. I have no idea why you have two different. Why not just put everything in the brightest selection or tab, I guess. It just doesn't make sense to me that you have two at all. And sometimes they can even be the same thing up here as down here. It's just really weird setup. This one is literally called bright dust, and this is featured. What are you featuring with this? This is bright stuff. Why isn't it in the bright stuff? Or not bright dust? Yeah. That was weird. So why not? Also, the price is kind of weird. Like, okay, so just because this emote is more to interact with another person, it for some reason costs more than another emote that is just you using it by yourself. Like, look at this, 700. Like, that has a more animation than this one, but because you interact with someone, it costs more. I don't get it. It should cost less so you can actually interact with other people, and you know, this is a co-op based in a way, kind of online co-op. You kind of want to have this great community with everyone and having more interactive stuff with others. You know, it could really bring it up. But when you have those more expensive than just solo stuff, especially when emotes are kind of like a thing now. I'm not big on emotes, but you know, there are some that are. So that's kind of what I want to say about, you know, microtransaction and other things. I guess how they could make it, but they're not gonna make it. It's obvious they're not gonna make it because someone says it. What they could do is probably to keep, I guess, the silver, but change the way you get bright dust by doing that challenge. That could be cool. And even let's pretend like you get really far. Instead of just getting bright dust, you might have a chance of actually getting some of these items. That could have been cool too. So then they would kind of combine the weekly bounty to get bright dust and an engram. And again, that would be kind of cool. So that's kind of what I want to say there. The other thing which I've talked about before is the activities. So let's be honest here. There is literally nothing to do on these planets. I mean, Mars, yes, escalation protocol to get the items. Then when you're done with it, nothing. It's just gone. There is Moon, I guess now, when it's, you know, relatively new still, you still have certain things. I guess these, but yeah. And this new thing up here, whatever it's called, I don't know. Altar of Sorrow, yeah, I guess that is what it is. Which is not the best made one. It's just, nah. Usually not enough people to actually deal with it, and some of these like elite ones or whatever, they have way too much health, and most of the time they just walk straight towards, I don't know, that sacrificial altar or whatever. And there's nothing that you can do most of the time, and they also just kind of remove your time instantly as they touch the thing. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, that's kind of weird. Then you have the Pit of Heresy, but I don't really know if you can call it in the moon, so it's a jump. Well, I guess it's somewhat in, but yeah. And I think that's about it. You before had the Vex offensive stuff here, you know, when a lot of Vex would spawn, which was actually a really good way to complete some bounties and get some XP. But since Vex offensive is gone now, that is gone too. And I was sure there was another thing. Yeah, this one, Breathing City, which is Blind Well and the Shattered Throne. Again, I personally haven't gone to the Blind Well in in a really long time. I think the last time was before Shadowkeep. Okay, that's not super long, but it feels really long time ago. And Shattered Throne, again, I haven't really done, and I don't know if you want to do it after you've gotten Wish Under. It's kind of, unless you try to go for power level, but yeah, not really that much to do. Last Wish, but that's not in the Dream City. Earth, nothing. Titan, nothing. Io, nothing. Mercury, nothing. Guess the Infinite Forest, but I mean, no one goes there to, I have no idea. I guess you have this now, the Sundial now. You have Nessus. There's nothing except for, well, Werner, who's also in the tower. So I guess if you want to buy some, trying to figure out what it's called, what they're called, but those things in the chest for your chalice for Menagerie. I haven't played Menagerie either in a really long time. Tangled Shore, again, there's really nothing to do here. So I guess once you're done with like the story mission, all of these just kind of goes irrelevant because of endgame, I guess, which is, well, I guess Strikes, Gambit, Crucible, and not PvP because that's Crucible, but raids. And I guess the seasonal activities, which is, well, not this one, I don't know if I'm here, but the Sundial, which is on Mercury right now. So it's kind of like, okay, cool, but you know, I kind of thought about how they could use update and make it better, make it actually make them, I guess, a bit better for like end game or something. Like for example, over here, there's nothing here. You went here before to go towards a forge, which is now gone. They changed how the forge works for whatever reason. I think there's only one forge left. Volunteer force, unless it changes weekly, but yeah, it's kind of weird. So this whole area is completely unused. You went here with a quest before, I remember, to like a tent, like a camping site, and well, with this you went there for that forge, but otherwise this whole area is kind of completely useless. One thing that I kind of felt like they could do is maybe open up some areas which is like for really harder enemies, or there's really hard enemies in there, and like the loot is better and stuff like that for like in-game people to go to level up, or well, not level up like that, but maybe power level up, I guess. Maybe now with the seasonal thing to level up your seasonal level thing. So yeah. Actually, now when we're here, there's a thing I noticed which is kind of fun, but there's a scimitar, right? Or symmetry, I'm sorry. Well, the thing with this one, which is kind of funny, if you go to 100, which is going to be the ornament for it, which is white, it's not the best in my opinion, but you know, it's cool. But the funny thing is the guy holding it down here has a blue one with kind of more scaly type of pattern on it, or now it's kind of oily base wavy thing, which is kind of weird. And also in my opinion, this one looks so much better than the one we actually got, so I have no idea if this is like beta version of the ornaments, or if that's like, hey, it's an upcoming one. I have no idea, but in my opinion that one looks so much better than the one we have right here. Kind of want to say that once we were here. So moving up to, I guess, Vanguard shits. Daily heroic story missions, no one do that. I guess I don't ever do those. I think I've done it sometimes. You used to get like the engram when it was like, hey, every week you do them, but doesn't seem like you have to do them anymore. Vanguard strikes, I kind of stopped doing it from the playlist because, well, I wanted to do like one of the weeklies to get the bright dust, and I usually picked a map, picked a strike on a planet that could help me get it done faster instead of just going through random. Also, you should really change the map pool, I guess, or how it works, because most of the times you play the same strikes over and over again, and some of these never get used or played up. I said before that this one was a kind of a worse version of Nightfall, like not worse, but inferior version, because of this one you can choose by between 3 different maps, and this one, well, it's a set map. I still feel like it's true, even though I played quite a lot, but that's only to get the emblem. And I don't know why they still have it, so it's only one. And also, couldn't they just have made this one public instead of, you have to go with a team in, and they didn't have to make this one at all. They could literally just open this one up for public, I guess, and added the guest challenges into it that this one has. Yeah, kind of weird. I guess the difficulty here now could easily have been put in here, but then we have probably one of the worst one in the game, and that's Gambit. Oh my god, Gambit. So you have two for whatever reason, I'm not too sure why. This one is best of 3 rounds, this one is just 1 round. This one is longer. One long round, you need 100 modes instead of 75 to spawn the primeval, but if one team has sent 2 or more blockers, you will start to lose, the other team will start to lose their modes, some of their banked modes, 1 per second. I guess that could, that's a kind of a good thing, kind of an improved thing, because that will, keep more rolls to people, that, there is a time limit, you have to be fast, you kind of have to go and kill a lot of enemies to get their modes, but you also have to go back and protect the bank from, all of the blockers to drain your modes. The one thing I want to bring up now with Gambit is, my god, so I really don't like how they made Gambit, and the other thing they made, for whatever reason, I have no idea why, I guess they were high at the time. Man, I can't call them high when I'm talking like this, eh? But for whatever reason, there's also, they're already kind of a problem with Gambit, and then they added the shotguns, or a specific rolled shotgun, I guess the curated version of the shotgun here, and you only have a chance of getting it if you only kill blockers during a whole Gambit match, I guess, or when you killing blockers, I don't know. But the problem with this is, because of that, I've seen so many people in my team just sit by the bank the whole time and done nothing to help us, just killing blockers to try to get it, not killing any normal ads around him, not collecting any modes, sometimes not even try to kill the invader when they invade. It's either he runs and hide, or if there's a blocker out, he will sacrifice himself to try to kill the blocker. And they just made the Gambit even worse because of that. So I have no idea why they felt the need to make this game mode even worse by adding that. Yeah, I have no idea. Also, I don't know why they still have 2, they should just have 1. Reckoning, first time I played it, I thought it was cool. I thought like, hey, I'm gonna play this quite a lot. Second game, I was already bored. Yeah, it's not that very interesting, it's not that very anything, to be honest. It's not that very good. So I mean, it's my opinion. There's some people who like Gambit and all, but yeah, you can sometimes have fun, sometimes I like it, sometimes it's like the only time I really enjoyed playing Gambit, and I think I said it once actually in one of my other videos, is when I played a game and there was no one invading. I'm not joking, no one invaded. Well, someone invaded like at the end when the primeval was up, but that was the only time someone invaded in both teams, and it was so good. It felt so good to actually just play Gambit without the interruption from someone coming in and having to like kill you or chase you or force you to go run or hide with your modes and stuff like that. And it felt so good to actually just go around, kill, collect all the modes you needed for and you could collect up to 15 just like that. It was good. You could do that. So the thing that yeah, because you don't have to deal with the unbalanced, super broken invader. I honestly don't know why you thought it would be a good idea to give the invader such a huge advantage of having wall hacks, uh, damage boosts, and an overshield, which can take quite a lot. And I don't know why. You could easily change the wall hack to be like a pulsating one. They can have pulsates every what 30 seconds or 5th second, anything like that. So like a sonar instead of being on 24/7, because guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna pre-fire around the corner as soon as he gets close to you, or if he sees you walking out. This is okay, cool. So you have like no chance. Also, you don't really know where they will spawn. I mean, you can kind of guess, uh, depending on your position with your player. He can't spawn really on where you are unless there's more of their team on another spot. I've had it happen when he actually spawned where I was. Kind of weird. And also, not only that, you have no indication of where. There's not anything. There's no beam of light. There's no blinking. There's no nothing. It's like, oh, okay, where is he? I don't know. And then you're pretty much dead. Yes, you can kill them. I have done it myself, but yeah, I really don't understand why. So you should definitely switch how that works. Also, within the whole invasion thing, could you please fix that problem where people abuse the system, where they can just bank a shitload of modes at a time, skip past all of these invasion like shit point things, and stack invasion? Like, really? You don't see a problem with that? Like, they can invade, come back, go back to their spot. 3 seconds later, the invasion port is up again because it stacks. What should happen is, if you pass one and you don't use it, it should get overwritten. It's like deleted, gone. So with that, you can make more tactics like, hey, should we bank a lot of modes at once and lose an invasion, where we could probably hinder some play, like halt their progression, but also kind of get like a little bit of a bigger lead from banking a lot of modes at the same time? Or should we bank a little less but be able to halt them? That will create more tactics in it, and also change how many times someone could invade. I feel like one player could invade once per match. Like, you only have one invasion at all. For example, I can only invade once. Someone in my other team can only invade once. You only have one invades once. The reason to why I think so is because, again, a little bit more tactics. You gotta think it like, who's gonna go first, and also that will also make it so that other people can invade. Sometimes you have to invade because you have a bounty for it, or if you wanna get like the Reaper arm, I believe, where you have to invade, but someone else just jumps in right when it opens, so you cannot have no chance. But if you have like a set limit on how many times you can actually invade, you will be able to invade at least once per game. Sure, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say sure, maybe you can only, maybe not everyone because it's 4, but then remember, you can invade during Primeval, and maybe it could be a little bit different there. But yeah, I definitely change it up. It has been a problem since it came out, and I know you're not the best at fixing stuff. You're really slow at it, and some you don't even change. And I don't know. I guess it is because you don't care about the game. I mean, that's quite obvious. You don't care about the game. Don't lie to yourself. Well, I should also say to the player, don't lie. They don't care about the game. They honestly don't. It's quite obvious. The next one is Crucible. My god. This also is terrible. Super imbalanced. And also, what's so annoying about well, I guess Bungie is that they're trying to balance out all the guns for the Crucible's sake. So if something has a little bit too overpowering Crucible, what should we do? Not nerf the Guardian damage. No. We should nerf the entire gun. So because it's powerful in this freaking game mode, it is completely ruining, I don't know, all of this. And in raids, like, what? This is like, what, 1% of your game? And you're gonna base all the guns there? That makes no sense. Nerf the Guardian damage. I mean, that's so obvious. It's so boring because you can never get powerful in this game, because as soon as you do, a nerf is gonna happen because, I don't know, you pandered to fucking Crucible. It makes no goddamn sense. No goddamn sense whatsoever. And again, nerf Guardian damage. You can have crazy overpowered weapons in like the rest of this in PvE stuff. If you wanna make a super crazy powerful weapon and lock it out of PvP. What mind fucking blown, you can do that, you idiots. Lock it out of the fucking Crucible. It's so obvious, even a child could think of that, but not you. Instead you use nerf it in the entire game. Like, let's just check every gun. Let's just check the exotic. Which ones here are really that good? I've seen Mida Multitool, which, you know, is quite good there in PvP, but not really that much else here. I accept hand cannons, because hand cannons, shotgun is totally fucking overpowered and broken in PvP. But, you know, they don't want to nerf that. Oh, no. We can't do that because people, you know, people want to be able to kill easily with 1 to 2 fucking shots. Okay, max 1 to 3 shots. Whoa, how about that, huh? Isn't that fucking fun? No, it's not fucking fun to be outgunned by hand cannons by literally every fucking gun. Hand cannons, oh well, I should have said reverse. Hand cannons can outgun every other guns. Like, it's dumb. It has almost the same amount of range as a freaking sniper rifle on these hand cannons. They have more damage and ranges than burst rifle and scout rifles for whatever fucking reason. Shotguns is a one-hit kill most of the time. I mean, that's like 99% of the time for whatever reason. It's just weird. Oh, sorry about that. It's just weird how they do it. As soon as something kind of competes with hand cannons or shotguns, instant nerf. No joke, it's instant nerf. And it's just dumb. It's incredibly stupid. And it's not just that, you know, it's get instant nerf in PP. As I said, it gets nerfed in the entire game because they don't understand that they can reduce the Guardian damage a weapon deals. Or again, lock it out of PvP. What they definitely should do is, I should go back here. What they definitely should do is go to like all of these, you know, raid weapons and lock them out of PvP. Raid weapons should be the best guns in the game. They're like endgame weapons. Those are some of the hardest in-game activities, well, they're supposed to be. To be rewarded one of these with a really low drop chance. And then you just get slapped in the face with an instant nerf pretty much. It's like, okay. Fun, isn't it? So we get shit like, I don't know, these are fucking, what the fuck is that? It's dumb. It's really dumb. It makes no sense. Like, it makes the grind so less worth it, more exciting, more fun, and more tedious, and like, I guess I just get it for my collection and just put it in there. Because there's nothing else to do with them. Like, I have everything except, well, there's Symmetry now out, and then there's this one. But they ain't gonna be good because they give it out for free, and this one is gonna be a quest. This one, the Vanguard Breath, was super easy, but it was kind of more meant for unstoppable unstoppable champions like the ogres in Nightmare Hunt and stuff. You ain't gonna run around with this in, I guess, Crucible or any other activities than that. It's just what. Exotics, not just uh, raid exotics, but every exotic around here should be the best weapons. They're the hardest to get, unless you just buy it from Sir. But that doesn't mean that they should get freaking nerfed into the ground where they're just basically useless. Like, seriously. Most of these exotics are basically useless because of the nerfs they've been receiving. It's incredibly annoying, incredibly tedious, incredibly disappointing. So yeah, let's move on. Oh yeah, I talked about this in my previous video I uploaded, but the whole Pinnacle and ritual weapons, like, what the fuck, man? Honestly. So I got this one. In my video I said like, oh, hey, now I can't get it, it's locked out, but I played it. My first win gave me up to Brave 1 or so. I needed like 3 to 4 wins to get it. You lose a lot less now from a lost game, which definitely helps, and definitely better. But again, as I said in the videos, maybe not everyone can do it. I was just lucky to get into a team, random teams that were pretty good, and we actually won. Yeah, we definitely lost against some others, but still. So again, I honestly don't know. As I said, they changed literally nothing about Gambit and Vanguard and where you get them, so I don't understand why they have to be changed at all. They could still be Pinnacle. What I think is Bungie is, I don't know, ran out of ideas to make new unique weapons and designs. So they were like, hey, just copy and paste freaking weapons again and just put on some already existing perks on them and just call that a day. No, that's not fun. We don't want that at all. I don't get it. Because of what? Crucible? Because the items in Crucible, those were the one with like 5 steps to get a freaking weapon. Gambit and Vanguard were just 1. So again, because of Crucible, it's just weird. Why am I the handgunners? There we go, Buzzard. I wanted to show Buzzard. Not only like, right, what's so annoying with Bungie is, I mean, you could probably see right here. Copy, these are the exact same. They even have the exact same name. We'll use 2 different elemental, don't know why. These are also the exact same, 2 different elemental, same. Do they actually have the same? Yeah, they're the exact same for whatever reason. It's just, they complained about, hey, we can't just add more permanent stuff because we're running up to 100 gigabyte, and yet they have a lot of copies. Sure, these are old ones, but for example, Last Hope here, which is apparently the new one from Dawn, already exists. It should be right here, Last Hope. There it is. Sure, this one is a set perk, and this one can be random, but delete the old one then. You can literally just add one that, or change so this one has randomness to it. Here's also the same model, just slightly different. You have, well, you can look for all of these and you can see a lot of these that are just the exact same model. Woohoo! And that's another problem with this, is that so many of these are the exact same models, but ever so slightly changed on like the colors, and it's just like, what? Here's the same name, same elementals, same freaking perks. What the why? Are these the same as well? Why do you have this? They're the exact same. Why? I don't get it at all. It's so weird. Then you can look at ships and freaking ghost shields. Is stupid. It honestly is quite dumb how they have so many copies of each other. You just go to season 5. Here you go. You just 6 of them right here, the exact same. Down here, 6 more exact same. What? Why? Why? Is this your way of like, oh, look how much stuff we have? But it's the exact same, so what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Why you make so many copies of already existing stuff. Here's more. These just copy and paste. We all know they have a lot of these copy and paste because they're lazy. They're uncreative, lazy people, and this is what they do. They just do this and then they're like, hey, it's a new thing, buy it. No. Like, really, you just remove all of these. Imagine how much stuff, how much free space you got if they deleted everything that was a copy of another thing. Maybe not a heck of a lot. I don't know how much one of these actually takes in their memory, but that would at least release something. And I don't think anyone would complain that they removed a copy of something. Like, really? It's just, no. So what do I think of this game? Why do I still come back to this? Why do I still play it? Well, the reason why I believe I come back to this is because this game is so mediocre that it actually fucking hurts. Like, there's nothing about mediocres in this game at all. No fucking way, there's nothing. I think it's maybe just under mediocre or like somewhere on that line, and when you're on there, they just got really lucky. So when you're on the mediocre stuff, when you're in the middle, you can either be like, it's so mediocre it's fucking boring, and you know you don't want to play it, or it can be like what is again on the middle, very mediocre, but you can say, oh, it's alright, you know, it's nothing offensive or anything. I can guess I could play some, and that's where they are. They're on that alright in the middle, and I guess that's why I'm coming back. Like, even though it's freaking terrible, it still is in that okay state, I guess. It's weird, but yeah, that's where they are, and that's why most of you people also play this game, come back to it, because that's what it is. There is nothing else to really come back for. There's no progression value in this game. You don't progress to get more powerful in this game, because as soon as something is powerful, it gets nerfed to the ground, so you can't get powerful in this game at all. Most items looks identical to the other things. The activities are just boring, copy and paste. Most of these planets you see now, you pretty much never in your life gonna go to, unless there's maybe what, like flashpoints. Weapons in Crucible is incredibly unbalanced. Gambit is poorly maintained and poorly made. Vanguard has really bad, I guess, like strike playlist in the way it works, because you don't get to play all of them. It just repeats the same freaking ones over and over again most of the time. They should really have it so you can vote maybe for some, or when you choose Nightfall, you can see at least 3. Maybe you can have that. I don't know. Or that it actually goes over different. There's actually changed maps. I don't know. I don't want to play the exact same strike over and over and over again, but that's what you do. And the graphic looks outdated. It's the same as it came out, but even then it looked outdated. Gunplay and all is just so simplistic. The servers are really bad that, sometimes enemies teleport around. Because of the bad service, there's bad hitbox detection. Sometimes shit goes right through the enemies, makes no sense. There's random insta kills as well. And again, with the bad service, for example in Crucible, you can see someone, you go around the corner and they just get headshotted by something he shot or something. I don't know. You just get headshotted where there's a wall between you and that person because like the delay is just weird. I don't get it. There is a lot of other things where you can definitely see like bullets or other thrown objects pass you, but you still get hit by it and die, or you just take damage. It's just really weird. They should definitely update their servers, but why would they do that? It takes money and effort. They are not gonna do that. And yeah, I mean the skill tree as well is just super simplistic. They made some small changes, but it's kind of the most of the changes that was now was the animations. I guess they called it a day and called it that they changed it, but no, they didn't really change it at all. It was just some animations. Cool. Yeah, so all in all, as I said, it got lucky that it is in the state that it is, that it's on the alright one and not, in the it's fucking terrible, even though it kind of is terrible. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. What I'm gonna say is thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.